Just double check audio is all good. All right, hello, everybody. Welcome to BRL Season 15, Round 1 here at Spain. We have a lot of new transfers. Unfortunately, a lot of checkouts today. However, a lot of new transfers to cover, with Rose and Wolfie being our main protagonists last season for the title. Neither of them have decided to take up a seat this season. Both have been in a reserve role now, and we are seeing a very different grid. DK, I believe, stays at Red Bull, because I believe he was reserving there for the last few times. Blackbone is back at McLaren for the first time, I believe, since his closest championship run back in season 10, off the top of my head. And he's got Aiden alongside him, who is only reserving for one race. However, he will be reserving alongside his former Sauber driver pairing. Jerry Sapp is still in the Alpine, but he has a teammate of Kodoy this time, so he's out of the V-Carb. And speaking of the V-Carb, we have Alex now in the V-Carb here. That is someone completely off track. What is going on? Oh no, I think it's Baz, get out of the way. That's okay. Anyway, though, Duncan is at Ferrari now instead of Haas. Actually, was, I believe, part of the winning constructors team with Rose in the end of it at Haas. So he is now in a Ferrari. We won't cover the laps just yet, but yeah, now speaking of Haas, our Henson back at Haas, and Hazard should be there as well if he's able to make the races, but we're not too sure yet. Gabby, a reserve here for the minute at Sauber. However, there is G. Benny still at Sauber, and we have a new driver in Assetto Perfecto, if I believe that is his name. That is our new driver in Sauber, as long with G. Benny. Bats Brains at Williams alongside Cadon as well, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight. Blood Diamond. Oh, actually, Hazard can join us. He's requested to join, so he can get himself in. I did not think he'd actually be able to, but he can get himself in. But here you go. Here is our actual Mercedes driver lineup here. Blood Diamond and Brewer. Both these guys have been quite impressive in all things considered in the final few races of our season, last season anyway. And yeah, they are now a driver lineup of Mercedes. Kodo, meanwhile, like we were discussing earlier with Jeremy South, and Thomas W. is in the Aston Martin, I believe, alongside Stephen G. But or S. Graham, I think his name is, but unfortunately he's not with us today either. Good thing is, though, we could get Hazard in here. That'd be quite nice. I'll quickly check an invite once again, although I think he's come offline. Oh no, he's back in. There we go. We're all good. Right. Anyway, then. Who'll be the first lap getting set? I believe it's Alex. Let's see where he goes across the line here. 12-2. Lovely lap to start. However, it has not come up on top of my screen, so that will be a bit of a worry. Baz Brains, 13-0 behind. We're not expecting Baz to be right at the top, but we're going to expect him to be one of the closest people. Connor is P3 there with a 13-4 as our head starts his lap, beginning a little bit of toe of his former teammate there. Gabby there, 51-3 so far, not doing too bad in the middle sector. We're going to see Deke come across the line shortly. Where is he going to go in the Red Bull? We're going to come across the line now. Goes ahead of Kodoy, 13-4. Gabby, where is he going to go across the line? It'll be pretty similar sectors, I'm sure of it. Yeah, 13-2 for him. And Hazard there just joined the session as we're seeing Aiden start his first lap. Jimmy Sapp will come around the final corner soon. Blood Diamond would have, but he's not continuing on that lap. Where is Thomas going to go? One of the stars, actually, late last season. Where's he going to go? Up to P2. Lovely lap from him. I'll need to get up the full driver lineup in a second. I will do, but yeah, I'll be able to just list off people here in a minute and see where they are. Jimmy Sapp, though, up to P2. We're expecting quite a lot here with Jemmy South and Blackbone, and while he is not here, we're also expecting a lot from Bluebird this season. Those guys were very close on pace once they're coming towards that back end of the season, and yeah, I think with some good attendance from all of them, I think we'll be seeing a very, very tight bit there. Always our heads there comes in for a P3 spot. So maybe I was talking about Jerry South, Blackbone Jerry South, Blackbone, Bluebird. There you go. You might add our instance to mix of that as well. Thomas too. Quite a lot of people here will be fighting out as Duncan right there starts his lap. Aiden will be coming across the final few corners now. Where is he going to go in this session? Across the line he will be quite close to the top of the field. It is quite close to the top of the field. 12.8 for him, just a few hundreds away from our heads. Is Gabby going for another lap? He is. So on U set tyres as well. Pretty interestingly seeing that. Meanwhile, though, we got Grimo going around the final few corners soon. Is Thomas going on another lap? No, not yet. He might be, though. Once he goes round again, if he has got the fuel to do so. Grimo does, though. Let's see where he goes on this lap. It looks to be at least quite solid here. Don't think he'll be challenging pole position, or maybe a tiny bit tentative through those corners there. It goes to a 13.8, but that is, I think, a set of used tyres, or at least definitely tyres that have, done a little bit more than he should have done. And there you go, 13.8. He can do probably a bit better than that, and I think he knows that one too. Duncan as well. This is first up out there. Hasn't been the quickest in the previous season. However, he definitely has picked up points when he can. So let's see what he can do now. As long as he can finish today, he will pick up points. As our points go down only to P14. Only 14 drivers in the lobby. Duncan, though, goes for 14.6. So he'll be wanting to improve on that one, I'm sure. It might be one of the first laps he's done at the minute. So we'll be seeing how he goes later on, as that's Gabby there, probably a mistake, or trying to get out people's way, either one or two. He's in the gravel, and he will need to get back out. Thomas, though, on, I think, a new set of tyres here. Yes, he is. Purple middle sector for now. Let's see where this goes for him, as I think both Mercedes drivers here, I was going to say be trying to practice toe, but no, Blood Diamond, the one behind, unfortunately. As anyway, though, Thomas rounding the final corner now. I think this would want to put him on the front row, but he goes a bit too wide. What would the time have been? 12.5. That would have definitely put him on that front row spot, unfortunately. But Thomas has validated that lap, and he will need to wait for his next run to see if he can improve any further. Meanwhile, though, Blackburn is improving quite a bit with that permanent sector there. Let's see. Obviously, his P12 in a minute. As long as he doesn't invalidate, he will go up a position, I'm sure of it. Or maybe he makes a mistake in the final corner, who knows. But yeah, quite a lot of batteries to use as well across these final few corners. So maybe Blackburn can at least take some notes of that and then think, let's use a bit more battery, because look at that. Quite close to Alex here at the start of this session, and if he knows he can use more battery across some of these corners, I think he'll be challenging the pole here if Alex decides to try and last the first, because he has thought about starting last at the minute. We'll see how he goes. All the messages in YouTube chat are getting deleted. Give me 1 second here. I have no idea why that's happening. Let me just try this message from my own account. Let's put that, for example. I don't know. I'm not really sure what to put. Will it show up? It might not. Sorry, while the lap's going on, I'm sort of doing this, but I want to make sure they show up or not. They don't seem to be showing up, do they? As anyway, Blood Diamond goes 10th fastest. Has come across the line for his first lap. He goes for 13.4. Don't think he's got much practice in. But yeah, at least he's not last a minute. That's something you can take into it. Yeah, I'm not too sure why it's not. It's Blackburn, sorry. I was just sort of contemplating why they probably wouldn't have done that. But yeah, DK on a lap in a minute. Did he just invalidate? No, he did not. He's all okay. Anyway, sorry. Duncan Rod coming across the line in a few moments' time. We have, I believe that was Jebby Sapsang is up as well. We wait for him. Let's see where Duncan Rod goes now. Hasn't got much batteries to play on this lap either. Doesn't go faster either. However, used tyres, probably with a little bit more fuel on board as well than you normally think. So, yeah, probably some stuff going on there. I'm not too sure why it's doing this. I really don't know. I could try and see what I can do, but it's unfortunate that, unlike last season, I can't be talking about takeaways and stuff like that while doing all this. But, really odd. Oh, managing moderators. So I'm trying to read this all on the fly while also thinking about this. It's saying about managing moderators. I don't know what's going on in a minute. I'm still trying to see what I can do to help you guys, but give me 1 minute. Sorry, hold on. Right, DK across the line. Where is he going to go? He goes up to P7, actually. Nice lap from DK there. There's who is next with Jerry Saf, 10th ahead of his own time, but there is no improvement to be found after all of that. across the line someone else going to go, and I can't find them. Kodoi there did invalidate, but he was a couple of tenths clear of that lap, so he definitely could be around where DK is too. As let's see now, I think that's going to be a Salvo. Yeah, 6 tenths up here, Gabby. So we're seeing how close he could be now. I honestly don't know what's going on here. Let me just have a look. Sorry, I'm just saying. Oh my goodness me, Gabby, second fastest. Sorry, hold on a minute. I mean, Gabby could be someone who could be very good at challenging pole here. Is Aiden now good second fastest? All the stuff's kicking off. And I'm just trying to find out what the hell's going on with the chat here in a minute. If I turn the live chat off and then back on again, that's probably the only thing I can really do in a minute, because I don't know what's really going on with this. I have no idea. Anyone could comment, say, yeah. No idea. I've got no idea what else is going on with that. If that doesn't work, I mean, try to see to anyone who is here if it works now. If it does, then yeah, please do try and type right now and see if it works. But yeah, for some reason it is not working at the minute. Meanwhile, anyone else coming across the line here? There is not really anyone at the minute. Oh my goodness me, that is a very wrong bit of braking there for Edson. He's gone straight on. Meanwhile, Thomas, I think, actually just improved on some used tyres. At least that's what it looked like. At least seeing all those times. But yeah, Gabby should be very impressed with himself on that lap with a 12.4. That's very competitive. And if that's close to Blackbone, that is some nice stuff if he wants to pick up a full-time seat. Meanwhile, Thomas here, 10th up on his time. Kodo, I don't know how much he is up on this time, but he might be up. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, if everybody else is able to type in this chat still, let me just type on it from like the actual account that we have. Let's see if it goes better there. Baz starting a lap as well. Hence, obviously, will probably be yeah, definitely getting rid of those tyres now. Kodo Bub moves back to those so we can see what he does. Thomas as well. 5 tenths up. I think there's that a set of used tyres as well. Oh no, not anymore. Thomas actually going for it proper now. Where is he to go? He might be up to the front row as well. Maybe even pole position at the minute. Let's see. Across the line. Close to the front row, but hasn't got it just yet. Kodo, meanwhile, goes up to P8. There's still 5 minutes left in the session. Baz Ray's a couple hundreds down. How's it going again? Our head's still going to be going to pit lane. Alex is going for a little bit of a spin out there. He was 10.5 up, but he's got nothing really going on at the minute. He'll be going back on to put something new on that car, and he'll see where he can go. Meanwhile, Baz Brains is here. He's going to make sure it doesn't block him. He should be all okay. I've not seen the message come through as well. I have just typed A. But, yeah, really not sure what's going on there. I'm not too sure why it's doing all that. I continue trying to do something here, but I don't know what's going on. Meanwhile, though, Baz Brains had a shocker of that last sector there, and he's not been improving any further than that. Yeah, let's see now. I believe Hazard and Duncan was going to start a lap here, so it won't be anything to do with him, as Alex is taking the older layout of Spain there, just because he's got to get out of his way. Hazard here, though, going to come across the line. Baz Brains with tyres for a session as well. Hazard across the line. He's close to those 1 minute 12 lap times. That will put him up to P8 if he can do that. But right now, he still sits in that P11 spot. Yeah, still not sure what's going on, though. Yeah, if anyone could type again, please just let me know if you are, because I just don't understand what's going on. Yeah, because none of my chats are working either. I'm not too sure. But yeah, Hazard here starting to just get out of the way here, I believe, of D-Kits, but D-Kit is on out lap at the minute. Blood Diamond and Dunkerwall, both of these two are on out laps. Well, actually, sorry, Dunkerwall is going half a second up. We'll see where he goes. Hazard decides to retire with a session. He's probably not going to go any quicker than that, or maybe just doesn't have any fresh tyres left, but he's done it on track. Bit of an interesting one. Oh, Blood Diamond. Almost loses the car there. I don't know how long we've got left in the session, in fact, but yeah. Duncan will go across the line, 14-1. Unfortunate for him that he can't get any further up the field right now. He might need to really quickly go back into pit lane and bolt on a set of tyres. Yeah, 3 minutes 20 left. He can do it, but he's got to be quite careful with it now. and he has to get back into the pits ASAP. Meanwhile, though, Gabby looks to be like he's already coming out here for this final lap. If we get rid of the telemetry, has he got enough laps of fuel? He could technically do 2 laps, so if he does ruin that first one, that has to leave the session as well. I'm not sure what's going on. So he can't race him just here on the track day. I'm assuming he's probably just done a couple qualifying laps. Interesting. Yeah, well, anyway. If he has actually just done that, just qualifying, with fair play to him. But, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Maybe actually might have disconnected, I don't know. But whatever it is, he's at least set a quality lap, and he should be at least happy with that one. Even though it's P11, he's still very close to some of these guys. And, yeah, let's see now. D-Kit looks like he's thrown that Red car around pretty well here. Let's see. Is there going to be an improvement here in the middle sector? There is. 7.5 up. Could find around a P7 range here, D-Kit, to see where he goes in the Red Bull car. Looks like he's jittering about a little bit, but that might be his own connection. Not too sure. We'll see, though, as he's going to come across the line shortly. Duncan Rod is ahead, but he'll be doing his last lap on a set of used tyres here. Duncan Rod, we're not sure where he'll go, but we'll have to wait and see. D-Kit across the line. Goes up to P7, just ahead of our heads after all of that. And a load of people now on their outlaps as Duncan Rod just starts his final lap. Gabby already well on his last lap here. So let's see where he is. 100th and a bit up here. Goes a little bit wide, though, through turn 4. And now it's turn 5. Looks to be pretty neat on the braking. But it looks actually a bit wide there. Yeah, he's gone way too wide. He might have to back out this lap. And he does back out this lap. You can see there. He's recharging his battery. You will not be doing that on any sort of qualifying lap unless you're really having to hang on to it and you need as minimal power as possible. However, yeah, he's recharging all that battery now and he'll be going once more in this last bit here. Alex, I don't know if he's going to actually start from the back here, but he's going to, at the very least, try and see if he can improve on his time at the moment. He's not really been challenged for pole too much. No one's actually gone ahead of him, but there is a possibility here, at least, that there could be some challenges for that 12-2 lap, which is what we want to see. Meanwhile, Blackmo starts his final lap. Gabby starts his final lap. Thomas starts his final lap. Everyone around the circuit is starting their last laps immediately here. D-Kit, though, one of the people who aren't starting their last laps there, as he's going to come into the pit lane. As Henson and Kodoy looking pretty close together there. Blood Diamond needs to improve, actually, on this lap. He's 100th up in a minute. Let's see where he goes now by the end of this middle sector. Is he struggling on pace? He is. Unfortunately for the Mercedes team, who looked actually pretty good around some of these tracks, but right now he's not able to do anything else. Alex, meanwhile, retires for the session. He is going to stay on pole position unless other people could take that away from him. Thomas, so half a step up in a minute. So let's see. Where's Blood Diamond going to go across the line? He'll be the first one to see. When we do this, cross the line he goes, does improve, but not enough. Ooh! And that's spin for our Henson. Unfortunately, him probably took the curb too much. And that is unfortunately his qualifying over. Blackburn a couple hundredths up. Gabby, I don't know how much. Neither with Thomas. Let's see, though, where all these guys are going to go. Because we're going to need to be on this stuff incredibly quickly here. Blackburn, can he at least try and reach front row or go even better than that? He's got the battery to use. Across the line he goes. He goes third. Not too bad from him. Thomas, though, is he going to come and take pole? No, he's only fourth. Gabby, he's looked impressive all qualifying long. No, he can't improve either. Jeremy Staff across the line soon. His teammate Kodo goes 7th. Jeremy Staff across the line. And he's only P5 by the end of things. Blood Diamond obviously not on a lap anymore. But the last person you see is Aiden, who unfortunately is invalidated. But let's see what his time would have been anyway. He's 800 up. Where would he have gone? 12.239. That would have been pole position for Aiden. But unfortunately for him, Alex, on that one run, was able to do it. And I mean, I will say something right now. That is mighty close between a bunch of these guys. So look at this. P2 to P6 separated by a tenth. That's what we want to see. Kodo a couple of tenths further back. And same with D-Kid or Henson. But those guys definitely could keep it in DRS range for quite a lot of this stuff. Yeah. Mega close at the front. And that's what we want to see. And yeah, really damn good start, actually, to our season. I don't know if Hazard, I think Hazard literally just joined in here for a couple of laps. That was it. So fair play to him. But yeah. Anyway, though, Alex on the pole, Aiden and Blackbro, both of these two line up P2 and P3 from McLaren, very close to pole as well. Was Thomas in P4, Jeremy Sapp in P5, also close, along with Gabby in P6. Kodoi P7, DKit P8, Henson P9, Baz Brazen P10, Hazard P11, but I don't believe he'll be racing at all. Blood Diamond P12, Grimmer P13, and Dunkerrod rounds out the field. A lot of this is separated by less than a second, which is what you want to see. Yeah, unfortunately, the vicinity scene looks like they're struggling quite a bit here. Blood Diamond specifically definitely was. Blood Diamond really thought me a bit quicker than that one, but he definitely can show me in the race what he can do. We'll just have to wait and see. Meanwhile, though, looking at the forecast here, it looks pretty sunny. I don't know what's going to be happening through the rest of this 50% race here, but we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, nobody here is going to retire from this race. It's going to be really nice to see a bunch of these guys fighting close together. Or at the very least, even if it's in a DRS train, you'll be very happy to see it at least, where a lot of drivers are so evenly matched on pace. But here, 2-stop and a 1-stop, both of them can work. I'd say a 1-stop is the more ideal strategy, but it is not by much. If you can make it work, you should take it. But you've got to be careful on that tyre wear. You're going to be seeing people in the 1-stop box around lap 13 to 15, and you'll see the hards take it to the end there. Other than that, you'll be probably seeing lap 11, lap 22, round those sorts of bits for a 2-stop. Sector Perfecto, hello mate, you are just in time to see the race start here for season 15. It's 5 lights on, and we're underway. Alex likes got a pretty good start there. Aiden, not so much on the hard tyres. Blackbone has already got ahead of his teammate there. Jeremy Sapp also having a good start there. Up into P4. Maybe he's trying to challenge for P3. He's trying to find a move around the outside. He can't really find anything, but goes a bit deep. That's Thomas now on the outside of him. Thomas trying to leave as much space as possible here. Everyone looks like they've not crashed together, which is brilliant stuff. But Thomas regains that P4 spot off of Jeremy Sapp. He's only going to try and figure out moving to here. Gabby, unfortunately for him, has dropped a place as well. He's only in P7. Maybe actually dropped 2 places on that side. I'm not too sure. But he's going to try and find his way around Kodoi. He can't find a way around there. And there's the inside move for DK. That's way too much there. That is unfortunate there. Tries to make enough some places there on the sauce. But that is very much like how it was in real life. Unfortunately for DK, but that is way too hot on the brakes there. He needs to be a little bit more cautious throughout the rest of this race, because obviously on the soft tyres you want to make up their moves, but that's unfortunately hampered Gabby a lot, and he's now down into P14, started P6 too, so it's really unfortunate. But right now, we've had quite a few drivers here gain quite a lot in this race already. Baz Race up 3, Blood Diamond up 3. Oh, as Gribbo was about to say up 3, but he is now just lost those positions, and then some with a half spin. Down now the back of the field in P14. Meanwhile, Kodoi here and Jeremy Sapp, both the 2 teammates actually, in fact, fighting away here. But Jeremy Sapp lets him go, thinks about moving down to the side once again, but nothing doing. Meanwhile, Blackbone close to Alex, out in front. Aiden obviously on the hard tyres. He will be dropping back a bit early on, but he'll be going for that 1-stop. Same with our Henson, I believe. Baz Brace, Dunkerrod, D-Kit, and Hazard. His ghost car anyway. All of those guys looks like they're going to go for a 2-stop here as well. And some of these people on the medium suit, they could be going for 2-stops. Maybe even Aiden or Henson, the hard tyres, they can be going for a few stops here, as there's a bit of contact between D-Kit and Dunkerrod again. Very close here, those side by side they run. D-Kit trying to go on the outside, Dunkerrod on the inside, and D-Kit spins Dunkerrod round. D-Kit, this, yeah, probably is a bit of a nudge there. Post racing, we'll have to see what's going on there. But DK, yeah, really needs to start down a little bit out there on track. I know his insert is not the best, but hopefully be able to just get a bit of a shot in the arm once we'll be able to be back in the Discord chat. We'll be able to tell him just you're going a bit too aggressive. We can calm down. Meanwhile, though, on to lap 3. Blackburn has got DRS on Alex here. I said he'd be targeting a podium for this race, and he's going to try and target for the lead of the race here. Has to yield with Alex there, just not giving him enough room at the exit of turn 1. But Blackbone looks pretty good here for the lead so far. I don't know if he's going to be trying a 2 or a 1-stop, but whatever it is, he has got some good pace at the start of this race, and he'll be trying his best to go get ahead of Alex. Meanwhile, Thomas still stuck behind here. Aiden, and to be fair, Aiden is not really dropping too much to Blackbone or Alex out in front. It's more or less the fact that he is holding up the guys on the quicker tyres for now, and if they can get through, they will try their best to. So, yeah, right now, Blackbone's still within that 1 second window and has actually got a pretty good amount of ERS. So he's not really struggling to hold pace with Alex at the minute. In fact, both of them here pretty much on 90s on their battery. Alex are actually on full battery, but Blackman there around 95, so it's pretty damn equal there. Aiden, though, hasn't got as much battery as Paradum, but has got a pretty healthy gap behind here against Thomas. Oh, that's wide there for Kodoi. He spins round. Unfortunate there for Kodoi. He was running in a good spot. However, I don't know if there's any damage on that car at the minute. And meanwhile, against Tyler back to lead the race. There's no moves being made just yet, but Thomas closes up. Bad sprays as well on the soft tyres. Now actually looking pretty good here. A 4-2 stop strategy. Gabby on the inside of DK. DK got to be very, very tight here with the space being left. Gabby trying his best, and there's contact again with DK. He's, yeah. DK will need to be told now, this is too much. Yeah, if any of you are willing to report him, please go ahead, because, yeah, obviously do not be shy to report drivers if you feel they've been done wrong by them. Obviously, the best thing we want is clean racing. If we do have people spinning around, we do not want that one at all. And I'm sure D-Kid knows as well. We just, unfortunately, he's not having the greatest race so far. But however, right now we're going to see Gabby. Oh, has he actually spat on his own there? I think he has. So Gabby, after a great qualifying, all this sort of stuff going on, unfortunately him is having a bit of a tough race, despite everything going on. And actually, at the minute, D-Kid just managed to pick up a 3-second penalty. The game has not told me that, so I don't believe it will tell me anything else. Yeah, anyway, Alex and Blackburn here, both of these two pretty close together. Once again, Alex using a lot of his battery here just to try and defend, and nothing doing in a minute for anyone. However, Henson is closing a bit now to the back of Baz Brains. Baz on those soft tyres, probably already degrading quite a bit, as the tyre wear here is quite high. So, yeah, just wait and see for a move from the Hash drive here of our Henson. Obviously on the hard tyres as well, so you can definitely tell those soft tyres have probably run their best already. Baz Brains dropping away from Jeremy Sapp too. So, yeah, Baz Brains pretty good try to hold up our Henson a little bit more for his own race. Maybe the 2-stop strategy, but I do not believe that Baz will be holding position much longer here. He'll be dropping that to P7 shortly. Meanwhile, though, DK and the Blood Diamond, both those guys are pretty close together. Blackburn and Alex are pretty close together too right now. As DK actually there goes past Blood Diamond. I think Blood Diamond has made a mistake, probably gone wide there, as DK was miles through. But I think DK actually has picked up a bit of damage on his front wing, yeah, on that left side for DK, unfortunately. Really don't need that one. Meanwhile, though, Gabby gets past Duncan Rod, and now we might see a change of lead for the first time in this race. Blackburn is using that battery a lot more now. We're going to see it now. Alex on the offensive. Blackburn's to the inside. They can't make it work, but we have seen a change for P3. Thomas up into P3 there now. Ada does P4. Henson as well. Also gets ahead there of Bass Braves, but doesn't take the curb right there at all. And it's contact. Now Henson just managed to save it. Yeah, very, very close there. As Blood Diamond now is past D-Kit there. Blood Diamond doesn't look like he's got any damage on that car, but D-Kit definitely does. So, yeah, D-Kit now probably will just try and hold it back now, surely. He'll probably be learning from the mistake he made on lap 1 here. Maybe a little bit too deep on the brakes. He's a little bit too hot again. But obviously, without contact, that is exactly what we want. We don't want any contact in this if we can help it. And yeah, we're still having some pretty damn good fights across this field here. Baz Brains actually, meanwhile I was talking about all that, did get back past our Henson. So I was talking about how he didn't have the best exit. That just proves it. Our Henson was pretty well clear by the end of turn 1, but had a pretty bad exit, and there you go. Meanwhile, Blackburn just had a pretty bad exit out of the third last corner, not penultimate corner, but third last corner. I won't suspect the move is going to get made here, Blackburn. He might need to fall his temps now and just wait for the next lap, see if he can do it then. Meanwhile, Aiden might be thinking a move here on them hard tyres. Gabby and Hazard's ghost car there, both of them are going at it still. Gabby will probably be past there in a second. Meanwhile, though, our Henson really can't take that turn 2 curb too well at the minute, as Grimo there is now past Kodoi. Kodoi, after that spin, unfortunately, is losing places. Obviously, with a spin in this game, you gain a lot of tyre wear, and it is, like, very apparent. You probably gain about 4 or 5% from a slide in this game. It is very, very difficult to control your tyre wear and tyre temps once that happens. But yeah, right now we're still seeing a very tightly packed top five. And there you go. Look, Alex wide. Will Blackburn try to stay behind the DRS? Yes, he will. So yeah, Blackburn not choosing to make that move in towards sector 3, obviously because he knows the best chance to make a move and have it stick is the first turn. Both these guys are Homestead Battery. It's all about their exits and how well they can take these final few corners. Blackburn with a bit of dirty air, and there you go. You can tell he's got a bit of dirty air now. And there's Aiden now trying to go on the inside of Thomas. Thomas is forced off a little bit there too from Aiden as he tries to be opportunistic. He does make it work, but not without contact. And there's Jeremy Saff now up into P3. There you go. I was just talking about dirty air, and that is what happens. Blackburn there gets massively caught out, and that has left Alex with a couple seconds of breathing room there on his medium tyres. We'll see how it goes down for Blackburn in this race. I told him to try and cool down the temps and everything else like that, at least suggest it. And there you go. You can tell those temps and those rear tyres are a bit shot on that medium-clad McLaren. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll be able to catch up back into DRS again because obviously Aiden here still doesn't look like he's got the best pace out of this top 5. And obviously on the harder tyres, he will still not have the best grip, but obviously these mediums are starting to fade away. So I have to wait and see how it all goes. But Alex at the minute, still a 2.5 second gap out in front. Blackburn trying to close back up again, use a lot of his battery to do so as well. And Baz Brazier is still on soft tyres. I will not be surprised if we start seeing some pit stops here for Baz Brazier or D-Kits. We've obviously seen one from Duncan Rod a little bit earlier on in this race, and he's gone on to a set of medium tyres. Alex is not pit. Aiden probably won't pit either. Jerry Suffy, you can see now, he is losing a bit of time here to the McLaren out in front. He's not got much battery to play with, so I think he's going to let Thomas through here. I believe he does. Although he's trying to use a little bit of battery to try and at least get close to him. But no, Thomas there. Looks like it's up as a P3, pretty fair and square now. And there you go, yeah, D-Kit into the pit lane. Blackburn trying to get his get back on everyone else up the top here, and he's going to try his best to get back onto that podium position places. But yeah, D-Kit in the pit lane here. Decides not to change his wing, which is pretty interesting because I thought it looked quite damaged. But no, he's going to decide to keep going with it. As Aiden now actually has broken that gap that he has had finally of DRS there to Thomas. Obviously, Thomas there was not here the previous lap, so he's probably going to try and pull up his socks a bit, unlike Jerry Saff, who was trying to struggle with the remaining battery that he had. But no, yeah, look at that. Thomas now not in any DRS with Aiden there, and unless he doesn't get, unless he gets a good sector 3, I think that's Aiden now solidly out of that DRS window. Obviously, we don't know who's still going to go for that 1 or 2 stop. But yeah, if I was Thomas now, I'd be thinking about that one-stop strategy because Aiden here surely would be thinking about it on their medium tyres. Meanwhile, Blackburn now back into that DRS window and might be trying to hunt down Jeremy Saff. He suddenly realised that Jeremy Saff, that McLaren is coming quite fast in those rearview mirrors, has got nothing doing though in turn 1. But yeah, there you go. Blackburn, it tells you he's got the pace. As meanwhile, they're codoing the pit lane after 9 laps on those tyres. I am not too surprised with how he span that car. That would have been an easy 5% wear on that tyre, and that is a whole lap's worth. So if he was to 2-stop, that is a lap just snapped off immediately, and he should have gone to a set of hard tyres here. They could make the end of the race, but I don't believe that's Codoy's plan whatsoever here, as he's going to come out here quite close to DK. Hopefully these two don't come together. I really hope they don't. DK comes along just behind there, though. All another set of soft tyres, though, interestingly, actually, DK. And I believe he's gone soft, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, soft for DK. So probably 2 sets of softs and a set of mediums, I'd assume here for DK by the end of things. But yeah, interesting stuff. As meanwhile, Alex and Aiden, these guys have sort of their gaps around the same here. Alex is pulling away slightly still, so maybe his medium tyres are not in as bad of a shape as you'd think. But everybody else here so far isn't doing too bad. Thomas has just got out of DRS range as Baz Race comes in with the soft tyres. Not too surprised, but he takes it very tentatively into the pit lane. As Blackburn there, we just missed that one. He's got the inside of Jerry turn 1, and he takes a position there. As Baz, I would assume this is a 2-stop strategy. He might go for another set of softs. No, another set of mediums now on that car. Blood Diamond as well into the pit lane for a set of hard tyres. Once again, these could make the end of the race, but I don't believe that's their plan now. But something that's good for Baz Brains at least here. He's got a lot of clean air, as with Blood Diamond, as with Kodoi, in fact, as long as he doesn't have D-Kit hounding on it, but D-Kit will hound on him here. Into turn one, he goes D-Kit on the inside. I think Kodoi was a little bit careful there, and he has let him through. Obviously, a set of soft tires, they will be rapid at the start of his sin. It will struggle a lot more by the end of it, but yeah, right now, even with that front wing damage, I think D-Kit there is looking pretty good on them soft tyres. He'll just lose out a little bit there in downforce sections. He'll be flying along on those straights. Meanwhile, though, Alex is still staying out there. I believe this is a one-stop strategy for Alex. He's going on to lap 12 now, and unless he picks for a set of mediums, I would think that this is the one-stop strategy to end this race. I'm not really thinking there'll be any other chances here for some new strategies. I wouldn't really think there'd be anything here. Maybe medium, soft, but that would probably be an ideal pit of this lap. And I don't believe Alex is going to do that. And if he does do that, it'll be probably for a set of hard tyres. And yeah, if he can manage his mediums quite far, then he can probably take the hard tyres just as far too. Meanwhile, though, Aiden on the hard tyres, still holding that P2 spot after absolute chaos is ensued in this race. I think that, to say the least, that's what it is. As Kodoi is past D-Kit now, down the straight. D-Kit probably won't be able to retaliate in towards turn one, or will he? He will not. D-Kit now down, back into P12, and yeah, those soft tyres do wear out quick. So he might have a couple of laps where it really works for him, but then that's it. That's a couple of laps, and then they're gone. So, yeah. That's why I'd assume a lot of people are starting on soft tyres, or even going on to the soft tyres again, is quite brave. I mean, I would just go medium hard, in fact, because those soft tyres, they drop off way too much for them to be good in a race period. That might just be me, but yeah, that's what I think. Meanwhile, though, Aiden, he's not got much battery to his name at all. If he's going to hit zero down this straight, Thomas, meanwhile, is going to be able to recharge that battery while also having the luxury of DRS behind him. Obviously, he's got the luxury of better tyres by now. Those mediums will definitely be more second-hand than those hard tyres. Despite the same amount of laps, obviously those hard tyres, having more rubber on them, will just mean that they're a lot better now at this stage of the race. But meanwhile, though, Alex is still keeping good pace out front compared to Aiden. The gap has still stayed around 3 seconds. So, contrary to what we normally think, especially when you think about the last season, Alex isn't really running away with this race, and that's good news, obviously, because we had Rose pretty much dominate last season, and yeah, this is exactly how he would do it. He would run away from these guys, maybe a bit of a challenge from Wolfie, but that was it pretty much most of the time. And even when he would start last, it would be, yeah, just cutting through the field. So, yeah, we're still doing pretty decent, though, in this race so far. No retirements as of yet. There has been a lot of contact. However, we know that that can be sorted. Alex, so into the pit lane now on lap 13. We'll not be surprised if we see our people in. There you go. Look, Blackbone here in potentially for a one-stop strategy too. This is Thomas's chance now to take the lead. As Aiden here is almost battery. Thomas, even in the slipstream there, though, can't really find anything going on. Alex, so into the pit lane, what will he put on? A set of hard tyres. Those should go to the end now. Blackburn as well, actually, trying that out too. So even with that spin, he is going for that one-stop strategy. Jeremy Saft 2 on that one-stop strategy. So, yeah, we are definitely not really at spoiled for choice on strategy in a minute. And, yeah, we've got Alex now out on a set of hards, probably to the end of the race. Blackbone 2, but he will need to dispatch of Gabby near immediately if he wants to do this. Unless he wants to pick up that DRS down the main straight while his hard tyres are a little bit cold, then I think that might be what he'll do. As Aiden there, in fact, has probably got a bit wide, and yeah, Thomas now gone through. So I also think I just caught a half spin there for Kodoi, and yeah, there you go. He has definitely spun the car. He definitely thought that I saw something spinning around, but I had to quickly commentate the move for the lead there. I believe Kodoi just had too much overtake on, and then he's probably just let it go through that long right-hander. Thomas goes to the pit lane. Let's see, has he been able to hold on to a good spot in this race, or with that extra lap, has he not really done anything good for him? Meanwhile, though, Grimo is still out in a minute. We'll give Alex a bit of DRS, but will not give him dirty air, crucially. Yeah, Thomas, so also set hard tyres. He's going to go to the end of the race with that. Gabby, unfortunately for Blackbone, was giving him a little bit of dirty air in those last bits, but at least once again, we'll give him that luxury of that DRS. And there you go. Look, Thomas is out ahead of Blackbone. Maybe not by much, but he's also got them warm tyres up, so we'll have to wait and see what's going on. Meanwhile, Jeremy Saf and Baz Brains, both of them going for it. Jeremy Saf just manages to clear him there into turn 2. Baz Brains trying to think about a move elsewhere, but he cannot do it as Aiden and Henson, both of these two, just chilling out there, out in the front spots. Obviously, those hard tyres do last a long time, and I honestly think they are by far the best tyre here. They last so long, and I mean, look, their pace hasn't really got a big fall off. Like, at least in what I'm seeing here, you could do a load of consistent laps on these cars with these hard tyres, and they won't drop off as much as you'd really want them to, even compared to fresh hards. I mean, they don't drop off that much. As there you go, I head into the pit lane. 17 laps will be a long time if he wants to do a one-stop here. So I believe this is going to be a bit more of an aggressive two-stop strategy here. He's gone quite long with the hard tyres. He's now going to go into a set of mediums, I'd assume, and then maybe a set of softs to end the race. That's what I'd assume here, unless you're going to use that double medium strategy like I was saying earlier. His goal here probably to get ahead of Blood Diamond, but I don't think he'll be able to do that. He'll be quite close, actually. No, he's only got the pit limiter off. No, he probably will get ahead of Blood Diamond here. Yes, he will. Yeah, actually quite comfortably, in fact. A lot easier to warm those tyres too. So his goal now, chasing down Baz Brains, and more specifically, I think, Jeremy South. He needs to chase him down as soon as possible, because Jeremy South here is on a one-stop. I mean, although our Hedson wasn't really in the best position to challenge with the top 5, I still think he's got a good chance if that two-stop could work. Because I think he will be the highest two-stop runner, or highest position two-stop runner. Maybe Baz Brains can be, but obviously final fold mediums, they will already start struggling. His only saving grace here is the fact that he is DRS on the back of Jeremy South at the minute, but that should be broken soon by the Alpine driver. Meanwhile, Blackbone and Thomas here, they're both looking quite close at the minute, and unfortunately for Blackbone, I mean, he's had a spin, but he's certainly 4 seconds behind Alex here, so he's not done too bad. He's got the bit of trouble though behind him here is Thomas. 1 lap fresher tyres on that Aston Martin. He's going to get closer and closer towards turn 1, thinks about a move, but can't really make it work for now, so we have to wait and keep an eye on that one. Baz Brains getting a lot down that straight there. Look, as our Henson sees the time bleed away on the timing page, he's probably lost about 4 or 5 tenths down that straight. But look how much he gains in these next couple of corners here. Obviously, he's also not affected by dirty air. So, yeah, I think this will be just the operation just to catch up here as much as he can. And then from there, just see how quick he can go on that two-stop strategy. Because once again, I do not think those mediums are going to last that long. But yeah, I've been proven wrong before on commentary, and I might be proven wrong again, but we'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, the people are having a bit of a miserable race, unfortunately for them. Duncan Rod and Kodoy, both of these guys, I think, have had issues in this race, and yeah, their strategies aren't really going to be giving them that much of a boost up in this race either. So, unfortunate, but yeah, it is what it is in a minute. D-Kit as well, holding it ahead of Gabby. These two already have got a lot of history, and it's only been half a race, so we'll have to wait and see how these guys go. Hopefully no one goes and flies off the track here, but we'll have to wait and see as Tomaso gets a little bit closer here to Blackburn, even closer, maybe thinking about a move there, but nothing doing. Baz Brains, in fact, as well, still keeping with Jeremy South, who is falling away from Thomas. Obviously, Thomas has got that DRS, but at the minute, Jeremy South is just struggling to recharge the battery. That's the main thing I'm seeing in a minute. He's sat at 13%. And there's not really much lap time to show for it. I mean, if we take their like fast laps, for example, yeah, look, I mean, Jeremy Sapp, the slowest of the top 5, other than the ones that have not pitted yet, which is, well, you know, just Aiden here in a minute. And I think that's quite obvious to be saying on those 17 lap on hard tyres. His goal is to be managing in a minute and then wait for those medium tyres to come into play. Interestingly enough, though, he's still doing a pretty damn good job. Aiden is, and there you go, he's coming to the pit lane, so this might be 15 laps or set of medium tyres. It could last that long. It's a little bit of a gamble by the end of the race, but I think he wants those fresh tyres ASAP, so that is what he's going to do. Alex retakes the lead of this race. Gabby was past DK while I was talking about all of that. Yeah, Aiden now will probably drop to around P6. I don't think he'll be dropping behind our Henson here, but he'll be quite close to Baz Brains after all of this. Yeah, it's still probably only about a couple seconds. Once about 3 seconds once he fully comes out the pit lane. Our Henson as well, a couple seconds behind him. And there you go, look, our Henson 2.5 seconds back. But he has got the freshest tyres of anyone in the top 6. And he should be on a mission here. Obviously, before everybody pit, he was P2 in this race. And, I mean, with how much quicker those medium tyres are going to be, he could target further. He could maybe target for the win if some things potentially go wrong for Alex there. There's a D-Kid to the pit lane there. He's got a set of hard tyres in this race. We don't know what will go on with the rest of these guys, but yeah, you never know what could happen. As Aiden is already clawing time behind Baz Brains here. He is really going for it. It's Baz Brains actually for him. Unfortunately, he's out of DRS, so I think Grimo, yeah, definitely has some issues there. He's got gravel on his tyres, and that has let Gabby through for that P9 spot. Gabby, at least to be fair, has got a somewhat decent recovery in this race. Obviously, yeah, he's on a 2-stop, so it is a little bit more difficult to try and do this sort of stuff. But yeah, he has had a lot of issues in this race. Some definitely not caused by himself, but some was a little bit self-inflicted. However, though, we're seeing a bit of a yellow flag here. Is that Kodoy? Oh, Kodoy, very weird place to spin. Probably got caught on the curb on the outside, and from there has just absolutely struggled to get himself any higher on the field. Yeah, just really unfortunate for Kodoy in this race. He was running as high as top 5, and right now he is, I think, nearly a minute away. Yeah, nearly a minute away from the lead of this race. Meanwhile, though, Aiden has now caught on to Baz Brains. Obviously, in that DRS window now, as I think Duncan Rod, unfortunately with him, yeah, he's having to let by some people here. Unfortunate stuff. As Kodoy goes into the pit lane, I'm assuming speed for a retirement here. I don't think it'll be anything else unless he really wants to keep going. Obviously, there's going to be a chance for safety cars, but I think by this point he might be getting lapped. So it'll all depend on what he thinks. He goes for a set of intermediates, so yeah, I think he's just going to have a bit of fun at this point. Meanwhile, though, Aiden is right in the back here, Baz Brains. Thomas, too, right on the back of Blackbone here. Is Aiden actually already passed Baz Brains? What happened there? I don't even know. I think Baz Brains may have just let him by. Thomas very close to the back of Blackbone there, but there is a bit of an annoying Ferrari in Duncan here who is really keeping pace with them, but right now probably hampering how Thomas is seeing this race. He's just seeing a ghost Ferrari throughout most of this. Now he's definitely been getting on his nerves a bit. And you can see he's shopping a little bit of time through each corner here. Maybe this is just not what Thomas needs in a minute. It's Blackburn now probably using this chance to just scamper away just that little bit. Oh, no, never mind. He's had a bit of a slide. That has lost him some time there. Thomas now right on the back of him. We've got 3 cars technically in one spot here. But we've got one ghosted one, and hopefully Duncan can move out the way. I don't really want him to get ahead of Blackburn here, because that will then directly impact the race. It's close. I don't really want him to, because otherwise it'll just give both of them DRS. I don't want that. I don't think that'll be very fair. But I think, though, now we're trying to view it as someone who's got nothing else going on. Duncan Rod, I think, now may have heard me or something like that. At least give me a little weave there. Saying, please try not to do that again, I'm assuming. Just try to stick behind us if that's the case. And yeah, Thomas there now chilling out at P3. Unfortunately, him didn't really have too much going for him. But yeah, now Aiden getting closer. He actually set the fast half of the race. Didn't show up at all. Thank you very much, game. But yeah, it's now a 15-0. Oh, Thomas seems to session, actually. This is bad. We're going to need him back in as soon as possible. Let's try and see where he is in my friends list. He's got the invite, so he can get back in as soon as possible. Otherwise, Jerry, South, and Aiden here, we're looking at a pretty easy podium. Grimodo is past Fast Brains as he came into the pit lane there. I'm trying to make sure that he has got this, Thomas. Hope that's all okay for him. Trying to get him back in this lobby as soon as possible, because we do not want to see people lose out on podiums like this when they all just disconnect, and it's all horrible. But, yeah, at the minute, I don't know what to say. Oh no, Duncan also actually is disconnected. I'm not... Okay, wow. I didn't even notice that. So both of them got an invite now. But yeah, I think it's a bit too late now for the pair of them. Aiden has caught up to Jerry Seth, who, well, is also caught up to the ghost of Carl Thomas. He hasn't got DRS either, Jerry Seth. This, I think, will be a pretty easy move for Aiden to make on 1 and 2 cars now. He gets past Jerry Seth a P5, a P4, sorry, and there you go. That's P3 for Aiden. The good news is for him is that he has now got 10 laps to catch his teammate Blackbone. Potentially further, but I don't believe he will be. Yeah, don't call it Joy. Thomas joined. Right, brilliant. I was supposed to invite him again then, but no, we're all okay. Meanwhile, Baz Brains and Gribbo, both of these guys are fighting in a minute. Baz Brains, though, pretty much no contest there on a set of fresh medium tyres. Meanwhile, I had to pick up a penalty while all that was happening. Same with Gabby. He was picking up a penalty in this race. Not sure when they happened, but they did. And, you know, thank you very much, again, once again, for not telling me. But, yeah, I'm assuming here, if we go back to tyres, Jeremy Seth will be going to this race, Thomas will be going to the end, Blackman to the end, Alex to the end here as well. Thomas should be back in soon, I hope. I think Duncan is back in the car. Yes, he is. Oh, no, he's not. Thomas is speaking, though, so he is definitely trying his best to get back in. Thomas, if you can hear me, then it is pretty much just using the spectator menu and you can come back in that way. That looks to be a bit more human, I don't know. But there you go. Look, our head's now right at the back of him. Let's see how he goes down towards this first corner here. Our head's closing even further. I believe this is now Thomas back in the seat. Yes, it is. Yeah, definitely it is now. Thomas, unfortunately, him has lost about 6 seconds to the guys out in front. As Kodoi has managed to get past AI Hazard on a set of intermediate tyres. We love that, Kodoi. We love seeing it. We absolutely love seeing it. But yeah, our heads now, I guess, has made the job a little easier here. At least when I stick with some of the top guys. Thomas, the main one here. Let me actually make sure. Yeah, I believe this is still. Yeah, I believe this is Thomas playing. Try to look at the throttle map here. I believe it is, as he's now pulled about 7/10 away by Henson. Yeah, I think Thomas is all good now. He's all in. Dunkor as well. He's in 2, I believe. Yeah, I think that's full traction kicking in 2. I believe that's all good. Kodoi and AI Hazard here are having an absolute. I don't even know what to say. They're having an absolute ding-dong battle, to say the least. As our heads comes in for his second and last pit stop of this race, I'd assume, unless anything else goes wrong in this race. Blood Diamond, though, meanwhile, will also do the same. Gabby and Baz Brains now will be our heads' target. Blood Diamond will probably want to get ahead of Grimo by the end of this race. We'll have to see how that goes for him by the end of this race. Gabby gets past our Henson now, and our Henson also gets past there by Baz Brains, but he's not much of a gap away from him. But will our Henson get ahead of Grimo? He will indeed. 10 up hold hard tires to Grimo. He's going to be troubling the Haas of our Henson there. Blood Diamond as well have to wait a lot longer to get out of the pit lane, but he is going to exit out a clear P10. His target now is his teammate if he stays out to the end of this race. Meanwhile, though, yeah, not so much else is going on. Gabby here is up to P6, but he's going to get chased down by Baz Brains, and our Henson will probably be P8, along with that penalty that he's going to have to serve by the end of this race. Not so much what's going on here. Thomas, watching with that disconnect, hasn't really been making too much inroads here on pace. He's getting slightly to Jeremy Saff, but I don't know if it'll be enough to usurp him by the end of this race. Aiden as well, looking really good on those medium tyres, but I think they're faltering a little bit now. 7 laps old, and I think Blackbone here just needs to cruise here for an easy P2, and Alex has done pretty well, but has surprisingly had more competition than I would have thought. Considering that he started on pole and has done the favourable strategy, to be only 6 seconds ahead, along with Blackbone having a bit of an issue in this race, Jeremy Saff having an issue in this race, Aiden not only having an issue, but just being on a different strategy, Thomas having an issue, Gabby having an issue, a lot of people are having issues in this race. Yeah, I think it's pretty impressive to see that the gap here is not bigger, and that's good news written all round for me. Obviously, this is still going to be a win by over 5 seconds, and to some people in this, it's quite a lot. However, with all the stuff that's going on, I mean, I would say this is a pretty damn good result, all things considered, for how close it will be. There is now 6 laps left of this race, 7 laps, sorry. As we go 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Obviously, you count the lap you're currently on right now, it'll be 7 laps. If you count the actual amount of laps, so you get to 33, it's 6. So it all depends on what you think. But meanwhile, while I'm saying all that, that was a sideways moment for someone, I think. I think that was actually the AI of Hazard. And Kodai, unfortunately for him, is not doing too good either. There is a flag round here. Not sure what's happened. Actually, oh no, hold on a minute. I think maybe Gabby has made a little mistake here because now Baz Razor heads to the right on the back of him here. This could be a double move for the Haas driver. He passes 1, he passes 2. He is well clear of them going down the straight, and he is up into P6. That was a very easy move for him. I think Gabby definitely had something going wrong there because he all of a sudden lost quite a bit of time, and Baz Razor was right on the back of him. So I'd assume Gabby has had an issue, probably similar to Blackburn that we saw earlier in this race. Obviously, trying to hold hard tyres, they will start going off, and the grip will start fading away a bit. But yeah, all I can say right now is brilliant stuff from most of the guys who are one-stopping. I think Aiden as well looks like to be able to hold on to those tyres too. Obviously, it's still 5 or so laps left, so we don't know that for sure. But yeah, right now, Alex and Blackburn, I assume they hold on to their tyres, and if they can, I'm sure Jeremy, Seth and Thomas will be completely fine on their tyres too. Our Henson as well, he did try a 2-stop, but I think this is probably the maximum he could do stay. Up in P6, he just needs to try and break that DRS of Baz Brains, and then break that 3-second gap. I think that's the main thing our Henson needs to do now in this race. If he can do that, then he's got a chance of being best of the rest of the day, because the top 5, all are one-stop strategies, and you can tell that is a big gulf to the remainder of the field. Obviously, our Henson as well maybe isn't on pace with some of these guys, which makes sense, why there is some sort of gap disparity here. But if it was the case, with a favourable strategy with a 2-stop, it would not be, or at least similar, it would not be a 19-second gap in any universe here. So, yeah, our Henson at the minute, doing his best to break that DRS away from the Williams driver. Gabby probably trying to hold on to tyres now, and probably trying to hold out of Grimo too, as obviously with that 3-second penalty, he will be trying his best to for that P8 spot. D-Kit currently P11, absolutely running in no man's land, but yeah, it's involved in quite a few incidents today, so he's at least had, I guess, a bit of a entertaining race. But yeah, I will not be surprised to see this result change potentially with how far away he is from Blood Diamond. Maybe even drops down to P12. We don't know yet. Obviously, that is for the stewards to decide and for people to report. So if that does happen, then it does. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. We'll just have to wait and see. Meanwhile, though, Kodoi is still chilling out there on the intermediate tyres. Kodoi, if you are listening, I mean, thank you very much. I assume you're going to go for a fast up attempt by the end of all this, and just see if you can do it, because I believe you can. Most of these guys, actually, yeah, Baz Brains set a fast up in the race. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, Baz Brains, when he was DRS2, has set the fast up in the race of 14.5. I believe Kodoi's lap was in the 12s in qualifying. So if he can get even a lap within a second of that, I'm sure he'll be able to take fast up for this race. So Kodoi, if you're going to do it, and he might be doing it now, in fact, I say this, goes to a set of mediums. So he might be trying on mediums first, and if not, he goes to a set of soft tyres. Or maybe it's because his soft tyres are all worn out, I don't know. But, yeah, whatever it is, I think this has been second, be lapped twice, I believe, now here, by our leader. Or if it's not lapped twice, it'll be lapped once. But I would not be surprised if it's a lapped twice situation here, as he's now at the pit lane. I believe it's only one lap there, the Kodoi is behind, but, yeah, it's unfortunate that he's that far back to begin with. A little bit more by choice, obviously, being on those intermediate tyres for about 7 or 8 laps. But yeah, it's unfortunate how he's sort of just dropped off from the start of this race. At least having a bit of fun with it though, and if he can grab 2 points, then I'm sure he'll be quite happy with that one. Obviously, 1 point P14 and then 1 point fast up if he can get it. We'll have to wait and see. But meanwhile, though, Alex here just streaking away a little bit further than Blackbone here, and sorry. And, yeah, Blackbone falling a little bit more wayward here to his teammate Aiden. Aiden obviously trying to push a lot on the medium tires, but the gap is now just about to be under 3 seconds. If Blackbone maybe gets a few more warnings, he has 2 already. So, yeah, we don't know, but Aiden too, has 3 warnings apparently, so one's probably for a collision. Yeah, there's a collision one there. 2 warnings for him, probably. Alex ahead, probably has got none or maybe 1 warning. Yeah, 1 warning there, lap 30. Jeremy Saf has got 3 warnings, so probably for a collision. So, yeah, a lot of people here risking the 3-second penalties now, so we'll wait and see how that goes. Henson still cannot break the DRS away from Baz Brains. And actually, meanwhile, Thomas ahead of Jerry Sapp. I didn't even notice that one. I'm surely Thomas was slowly creeping up there. I got no idea. As Kodor there, letting more people by there, probably just trying to make sure he's not interfering with these fights up ahead. Good stuff on him. But Thomas, at least for him, is back into a P4 spot. It could have been a maximum for him today. We don't know. But yeah, at this sense, unfortunately, I think P4 might be the best you're going to get here. He's just going to need to make sure he keeps it clean if he wants that result to stay. And yeah, a couple more laps now for him, and he will be up into a top 4 spot. And it's a pretty damn good race, all things considered. He's not run too bad at all. Meanwhile, Alex is out there in a minute, still. Well, you can actually look struggling a little bit here. I'm not sure what's going on, but he's struggling a little bit. You can tell, lifting off in some corners too. Has he got a puncture of sorts, or he's trying to take it a bit easy now on these tyres? He might be taking it easy now because these tyres do fall off quite quick. We do know that. Yeah, lifting as well. So he's not bad on fuel. I can see he's on plus 1.3 laps on his display there. I can't tell what his tyre wear is, but it must be high. I don't know what it would be, but it must be. And if it is high, then we might have a race in these final few laps. And yeah, Aiden's catching too. You got to remember that. I don't know what his tyres will be at, but 15 laps on medium set tyres, they'll be struggling. Blackbird's probably be struggling by now too. Alex is doing his best to hold on. I'd assume probably the rear left or the front left will be the big issue on his tyres. You can really tell how much he's having to lift now. He's losing a lot of time. He's got 1 lap left in this race, and he should be okay as long as those tyres don't go pop. Meanwhile, Blackbone as well is struggling on his tyres. Aiden's trying to come at it, but those tyres don't look too good on McLaren either. But Alex's tyres are not looking good either as he's getting closed up here by Blackbone. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen now as we start the final lap. Was that a little bit of vibration on that rear left tyre? We don't know. They're looking pretty bad. All of them are looking pretty bad, in fact. We'll have to wait and see. Lifting quite a lot as well. He does not want to take much out of these tyres, Alex, here. But Blackbone is closing. Aiden is closing. Both of them are closing here on the race lead. We don't know what's going to happen. In these last 2 laps, Alex is doing his best to manage those tyres as best as he can. And he's doing a good job of it at the minute. But Blackbone too, it needs to manage his tyres. Put the grass over there and be careful on braking. He is going to do just that. But he's just got to make sure none of those tyres go pop. At the minute, none of them have. The McLarens haven't either, but it's getting closer and closer. I think Alex here will be okay to the line, unless they go right now. I believe he'll be all right, but, you know, it's pretty late drama. I'll give it that much, and he's really got to be careful with them. As he rounds now the final few corners. It's been a great race for him. As long as those tyres don't explode right now, he is going to come through and claim the first win of Season 15. He's going to round the final few corners. He's been challenged pretty well for pole, and he's pretty happy with himself as well. But Alex now comes across the line. He's not had the puncture, but he's going to have the win here in Spain. Blackbone just holds up his teammate there for P2. And Aiden there in the P3 on a hard medium strategy. Actually got quite close in the end. So, yeah, Aiden doing pretty good after all of that, being on alternate strategy. Thomas at P4, Jerry Sapp P5. Our heads will come across to P6, but I don't think he'll be able to break that 3-second gap for Baz Brains. Our heads will come across to P6. I think he'll drop to P7. No, it's Baz Brains. Takes that 6th off him there. Let's see, is Conway going for a fast slap? He doesn't get it in the end of it, though. 14.8 for him. Dunkord as well got lapped. And unfortunately for him, he's only P12. Gabby across the line, 4-lap P8 spot. Grimo across the line, 2 for P9. Blood Diamond P10. unfortunate for Mercedes, in all fairness. I really thought it'd be better than that today. And now D-Kit in P11, Duncan Rod P12, the AI of Hazard in P13. And we're just going to wait now for D-Kit to round these final couple of corners. Did he put on a new set of tyres here? No, he didn't. He's actually very close to his fastest lap here. With D-Kit's set, the fastest lap of this race, at least for him, on his last lap, he got close. I'm pretty sure of it. But yeah, brilliant stuff for our first race at the end of things. Kodoi is taking a bit of leverage with some interesting strategies in the end of things. He was our last place finisher. But you're pretty interested to know what Aiden's wear was by the end of all of that, because on a medium tyre for 15 laps, that is quite impressive. I'd assume around 80%. Same with Alex out in front, probably same with Blackbone too. But those three risked it and got the top three steps of this podium. Alex, your race winner, Baz Ray's fastest lap, and driver of the day according to the game, and Gabby with the most overtakes on a bit of a recovery drive by the end of things. Alex, though, pole win, does not get the fastest lap, though, so he gains 26 out of 27 points that were available initially. Blackbone, though, in P2, he got close. He was gaining quite a lot by the end of things, but Aiden behind him was chasing too, and he ended up just losing out to his teammate there in P2 and P3. Thomas with disconnect though, ends up P4, not bad from him. Jeremy up P5 too. Baz Brains, best of the rest of P6, along with a faster slap, got ahead of our Henson penalties in the end. Gabby P8, Grimmer P9, Blood Diamond in P10, Dekit P11, our lap cars, Duncan Rod, Hazard, and the only ones we lapped twice, but probably with a bit of fun in between, Kodoi in P14. But he still gets points, so he should at least be somewhat happy with that one. If I am able to here, I will be trying my best to give you some standings just before we go. They are half of them are not even the right drivers. However, we are just happy to show you what the standings look like in a minute. McLaren lead the constructors by 16 points to Racing Bulls. Aston Martin P3 on 18 points, Alpine P4 on 17, Williams P5 on 15, Haas P6 on 16, Mercedes also, Haas on 14, sorry, Mercedes as well on 14 points and P7, Sauber on 10 in P8, Red Bull P9 P4, P4 with 4 points, oh my god, and Ferrari last on the board with only 3 points to their name. However though, that was an incredible race. A load of 1 and 2 stops happening. Bit of drama as well throughout the race. We love to see it. And yeah, that has been round 1 at Spain for our first race of season 15. We are heading to Baku next. I'll be expecting a few more DNFs there. Hopefully a little less chaos. But yeah, that's all you can hope for, really. But yeah, I'll be seeing you in round 2. I'm Miss Cookie. This has been BRL Season 15, Round 1 at Spain, and I shall see you next week. Goodbye.